Today, we shall be discussing about divorce and alternative perspective. When divorce is not considered an option in a marriage, whether due to personal values, religious beliefs, cultural expectations, or a shared commitment, it shifts the focus of the relationship from exit strategies to resolution strategies. Here's a breakdown of what this mindset involves and what can help. Commitment to problem solving. If divorce is off the table, then challenges must be worked through, not around. Unbiased counseling or therapy. Individual and couples therapy can help uncover root issues and offer communication tools. Conflict resolution skills. Learn how to fight fair, express needs clearly, and listen with empathy. Accountability. Both partners need to be willing to grow and take responsibility for their contributions to the relationship's issues. Example: imagine your marriage as a house. If you can't move out when the roof leaks or the plumbing breaks, you have to fix it. That might mean sitting down and having uncomfortable but honest conversations about what's broken: resentment, loneliness, unmet expectations, communication breakdown. Instead of, "I can't take this anymore, I'm out." You say, "These hurts. Let's figure out how to change it." This might involve going to counseling together or separately, reading relationship books and actually applying the lessons, setting time aside every week to reconnect intentionally. It's active work, emotional labor that doesn't always feel romantic, but builds something stronger. Another point to consider is reframing the marriage. If divorce is off the table, then challenges must be worked through, not around. Rather than seeing marriage as a source of personal fulfillment alone, it becomes a lifelong partnership with ups and downs. Shared mission. Focus on shared goals like family, faith, or community contributions. Long-term mindset. Temporary discomfort is not seen as a reason to walk away, but something to work through. Example: think of marriage as a long voyage on a ship. Some days the sun is out and it feels like a dream. Other days you're in a storm, wet, cold, and miserable. When you know you're not jumping off the ship, you start to ask, how do we steer better? Patch the sails? Calm the waters between us? This means focusing on shared goals, raising children, caring for parents, building a legacy. Realizing it's not your partner's job to make you happy, but their job to walk with you as you both grow into better people. Again, we must not undermine forgiveness and grace. When there's no escape hatch, forgiveness isn't optional, it's essential. Let go of grudges that erode intimacy. Accept imperfections, both in your partner and yourself. Example: let's say your spouse forgot your birthday again, or said something careless during a fight. If your mindset is, "I'm stuck with you," that can either grow into bitterness or become an invitation to practice grace. Forgiveness isn't about pretending things are okay when they're not. It's about saying, "You hurt me, but I won't keep punishing you for it forever." Let's rebuild trust instead of stacking up emotional debt. Over time, forgiveness becomes less about the other person deserving it and more about you choosing peace. Boundaries still matter. Even if divorce is not an option, tolerating abuse or serious harm is not the answer. Separation, temporary or protective, can still be appropriate in cases of abuse, addiction, or safety concerns. Seeking help from trusted leaders, counselors, or legal professionals is crucial in extreme cases, which most times is not very helpful. Example: if a partner is abusive, manipulative, or deep in addiction, staying in the marriage doesn't mean suffering in silence. You might need separation for safety or healing, pastoral or legal support if things are crossing moral or legal lines, firm boundaries like, "You need to get help before we live under the same roof again." Even in a no-divorce framework, self-respect is non-negotiable. Let's consider spiritual or faith-based practices. Many people who believe divorce is not an option are guided by faith, which can bring strength, comfort, and meaning. Many who don't see divorce as an option draw strength from faith. Prayer, meditation, and spiritual guidance can offer peace and perspective. Being part of a supportive community can ease the burden and offer resources. Example, in a moment of despair, one partner might go to prayer while the other seeks advice from a pastor, elder, or spiritual mentor. In that stillness, they remember, marriage is a sacred covenant, not just a legal agreement. Love is more than feelings. It's sacrificial, patient, enduring. Spiritual tools like prayer, meditation, fasting, and scripture can become anchors in the chaos. They remind you that your marriage has a purpose beyond the present struggle. Final thought. When you remove the escape clause, marriage becomes like a garden that must be tended because you've committed to live in it for the rest of your life. Some days you're planting, other days pulling weeds. And yes, sometimes you're sitting in the dirt exhausted, but you know it's your garden and it's worth the work.